Hi, it's Tracy Grider.
This is Sid Johnson.
We're Team Hoosier. We're here today, we're doing a little testing, and I'm going to do a little review on the new Stevens 320 Strut Stopper turkey gun. It comes with an extended full choke. It's not an extra full, but it's an extended full choke. I tested it out, and if you're one of those guys that does nothing but 30 to 40 yards for turkey hunting, and you want a gun straight out of the box, that's the gun for you. $249, and it's a sweet shooter. I love it. We're out here at the Johnson Blast Zone today, and we've got targets already set up out there. We're going to be testing out. You've heard about them, heard everybody telling you how awesome they are, and you've got to have these shells. Well, Winchester Longbeard XR, and we're testing the Winchester Rooster XR, the pheasant shell. I like the pheasant shell because it's a hotter load, and it has 1/4 ounce less shot. This is 3-inch with 1 3/4 ounce of number 4 shot, and this is 3-inch 1.5 ounces of number 4 shot. We're also going to be testing out 2 different chokes today. Heard all the people telling you, oh, you got to buy different chokes and different shells and see which one your gun shoots the best. Well, I've been doing a lot of research on that because I know the outdoors industry just wants you to go out and buy everything that they tell you need to buy, and that's what you got to have, and then you just pick which one works best for you. And well, I work for a living. How about you?
Every day.
So we can't really go out and buy a whole box of turkey chokes and 3 cases of different shells to try to prove our point, can we?
No, and we're going to try and show you that you don't need to do all that. We've done the work for you.
Yep.
We've spent the money and we've done the research.
Now, what I found out on chokes, there is a relationship between your shot size and what constriction you use. Now, these are both 665 constriction, and I'm using number 4 shot. This is the Truglo Gobble Stopper. It's one of the real popular ones, and I shot it last year with the Longbeards, but they were number 5 shot. 50 yards was a kill, but anything past that was a no-go. And these are heralded as supposed to be the 60-yard with any gun, any choke, blah, blah. Well, that's not true. It is going to take a different choke. But the research I did, I found, and Truloc makes a Winchester Longbeard XR choke, but they make them in 3 different constrictions. They make the 665, which is this one, for number 4 shot. They make a 660 for number 5 shot, and they make a 655 for number 6 shot. That kind of got me started on the trail with okay. Here they are making choke tubes for different size shot. There's a relationship there. Because what is your Beretta? Is that the mobile, or do you remember what model it is?
It's a Beretta's Model 390. The choke tube, I'm not for certain what it is at the moment. I believe it's a 365.
I thought it was a Carlson 650.
Okay, 650. I stand corrected.
365 would be a small one that'd be like a 20 or 28 gauge choke. But yeah, but I think yours was a Carlson 650. He tried the number 5 Longbeards through it. Same thing. 40, maybe 50 yards was a killable deal. After that, nothing.
However, it did increase my yardage just by that plain Jane stock and those shells right there. Yeah. I was a 30-yard guy. I wouldn't take a shot over 30 because I knew I was possibly going to wound the animal and not to get the harvest. I know now, I feel totally comfortable at 40, and honestly, 50's not, 50's not off key.
And we get this done today. I mean, we've got two chokes, identical constriction size. See if this one that's specially made for these shells is actually going to make that big of a difference. If it does, then we could be looking at, a whole lot longer yardages. We're planning on hunting Kentucky, Missouri, Kansas, possibly even in the Rocky Mountains next year. So really, we're wanting to find out what our maximum reach is with our guns, and we want to increase it to the maximum. So that way we're not driving all that way spending all that money on a non-resident license and hope and pray to God we can get a turkey in within 40 yards when he hangs up at 60 and 70. Hopefully with this today, he hangs up at 60 and 70, he's roasted. So what I'm going to do is I've got 2 targets set up at 50 yards, which is where we're going to start at. I'm not going to worry about the 40 and under. I mean, if it doesn't throw a killable pattern at 50 yards, it ain't going to throw one at 60 or at 40. So, but I'll start off with the Truglo. Do the Truglo on the left, the Truloc longbeard choke on the right. After every shot, I'm going to run the bore snake through it, so that way each shot I'm starting off with a clean barrel and a clean choke. Eliminate anything that can cause something to go wrong, basically. And then we'll shut the camera down in between after we do the shooting and bringing the targets back and resetting the new ones up out to 60 or 70 or whatever, you know, and we'll give you a close-up on the targets, see what we got going on.
Tracy, I'm excited. Let's get going. Let's do it.
Let's get her done. All right, start off with the Truglo. Have Sid zoom out there to the target on the left.
Let her rip.
Alrighty. Alright, now we're going with the Truloc Longbeard XR choke with the Winchester Longbeard number 4 shot. 50 yards. Let's see what this bad boy can do. Turkey down! Alright, we got her done. On the left, we've got the Truglo Gobble Stopper. Not a bad pattern, it's low. And I was actually aiming, we took a couple of test shots to see, you know, how it was shooting out at the yardage, and it was shooting low. And I was actually aiming up here at this upper corner on this. So, and it's still shooting low and left. That I'm not real crazy about. I'm going to give it one more try at 60 yards, and that's with the Winchester Longbeard XRs number 4. Now here, the Truloc the Truloc Longbeard XR choke, I'm loving that. The 665 for number 4 shot, that's 50 yards. That's a thing of beauty. If that turkey walks away from that, he ain't walking away happy. I'm really liking that, and that's number 4 shot at 50 yards. So we're going to stretch it out to 60, do one more test with the Truglo versus the Truloc, and I've already pretty much figured out who's going to win that one. So, but we're going to try it anyway, just for the benefit of the doubt, to show you all, you know, what these chokes are actually doing in real life. So stick around, we'll get right back with you. Alright, we're back to the Truglo choke. Now we're going out to 60 yards. I was really happy with the Truloc Longbeard XR choke at 50, but I'm going to go ahead and give the Truglo Gobble Stopper same constriction as what the Longbeard XR choke is. We'll try it out at 60 just for fun and see what happens with it. And then we'll try the Truloc at 60. I hate to do that.
He ain't happy.
Run the bore snake. Now we'll try the Truloc Winchester Longbeard XR at 60 yards, number 4 shot. Yep, we'll go get
Fired up.
Now we're going to try the Winchester Rooster XRs. The pheasant shells are a little bit more power, a little bit less, quarter ounce less shot. That Truglo, I don't know if it was me aiming or if we had a gust of wind, because it is kind of windy out here today, but the Truglo ate that Truloc for lunch at 60 yards. So I'm going to try the Rooster XRs because I'm just about out of the Longbeards. So we'll see what happens here. Run a quick bore snake. Now we got the Truloc choke. the Longbeard XR choke, because the Rooster XRs and the Longbeard XRs are completely identical outside of the fact that one, the Rooster has a 1/4 ounce less shot and just a little bit more powder to it. So let's see what this Truloc does with it at 60 yards, number 4 shot. Yay or nay?
You killed him.
That's actually a better pattern at 60 yards than what the damn Longbeards threw. Just a little to the left. Alright, now we've got a pretty good cross breeze. I think that's affected things, but we're going to go on through with it anyway. Now I got the Truglo choked back in with the Rooster XR pheasant load. We've gone out 70 yards. So we're going to kind of get an idea of what kind of pattern we're going to throw out there. Now we will elevate just a little bit, since that's 70 yards is a long poke for a shotgun.
That's a dead bird.
There's 70. Alright, we now got the Truloc Winchester Longbeard XR choke in, shooting a 3-inch Rooster XR shells, number 4 shot, out at 70 yards. Let's see what this bad boy will do.
That's a hell of a pattern too. That's on the low side, but it's a hell of a pattern.
I aimed about that. Well, so far, that $25.99 Truglo has been eating that $54.99 Truloc Longbeard XR choke for lunch. I'm impressed with this Truglo. And it seems to like these Longbeard XR, or Rooster XR shells a lot better than the Longbeard. So, we stretched it out to 80 yards just for fun, just for your amusement. So we're going to pop a shot at 80 and see what we get. Fire in the hole. Get her done. Now we'll do a quick bore snake. Same thing?
Yep.
Alright, now we've run the bore snake and put the Truloc Longbeard XR choke on. We're going to see what that Rooster XR does out at 80 yards. Hopefully we'll be eating turkey for supper.
That's a dead bird.
80 yards, dead bird?
Dead bird.
Oh my God. Alright folks, well, got the patterning all done, and he had some friends over that came down, drove quite a ways to come out and shoot their high-powered little play toys, so I told my partner Sid I'd go ahead and get out of the way, and that way they could have the range and get on with their fun stuff, and I just head home and finish this up. I gotta tell you, I'm amazed. Number one, I found these Winchester Rooster XRs. These are the stuff. Plus, you get 15 of them in a box instead of 10 for the same price. There was a world of difference for them on both chokes. And originally, when I bought this Truglo Gobble Stopper, I was patterning number 5s, and 50 yards was, it didn't, that was about the farthest I would go with number 5s through that particular choke with the 665 constriction. And it's the reason why I started digging a little further, and that was even with the Longbeards. I know that one guy on YouTube that says, oh well, I'm just using a regular, I'm not using any fancy choke, and I'm out there. Yeah, he's lying, because choke makes all the difference in the world. He might have had the right constriction for his shot size he was using, but he wasn't just using any plain old choke. He he had the proper constriction size for the shot size he was shooting. That's where the difference really comes in. Now both of these chokes, exact same constriction, and really, even the shots where one was a little better than the other, I'll be the first one to stand up and say that was more than likely me. I either didn't aim high enough, or I pulled to the left, pulled to the right, one or the other. But really, both of these chokes fared just about the same. I mean, and both were amazing, in my opinion. I mean, from the days of hunting with just a plain old shotgun with a fixed choke and 30, 40 yards maximum on a turkey, now I've doubled that. I'm out to 80 yards and it's a dead bird, and it doesn't matter which choke I had. I mean, that's just, to me, that's amazing where technology is gone. And like me and Sid said earlier, you know, the outdoors industry has basically become a selling market. You know, everybody's trying to sell you on what to buy, and you have to have this, you have to have that. Well, that's the reason why I sat down with a $25 choke from Gander Mountain, the Truglo Gobble Stopper, in the 665 constriction, and I ordered the Truloc Longbeard XR choke 665 constriction for $54.99 plus shipping and taxes and all that stuff. So I mean, basically you're looking at two chokes, one's half the price of the other, and you look down inside of them and you can see where the constriction taper actually starts. This one has a longer constriction taper than what this one does, and they both performed pretty much neck and neck. And I mean, if I had to really sit down and look at it and really count pellets and look at the overall pattern and pick a choke, I would say that the Truloc Longbeard was just a hair better. Enough to say $25 or $30 worth, that's up to you. But I mean, here's the 50 yard. That's with the Truglo with the Longbeard XR shells. Number 4 shot. Here's a 50 yard with the Truloc. You can see a heck of a difference. I mean, that's a crazy pattern. Then that's 50 yards. Then stepped out to 60. And I'm going to set that down. I'm going to call 60 yards on me for the difference. And that's with the Longbeards at 60. Or no, these with the Rooster XRs at 60. Because we tried a couple of shots at 60 with the Longbeard, and then I wanted to try the Rooster at 60 with the different chokes. And you can see there, you know, the Truglo actually did a little bit better with the Roosters at 60 yards than what the Truloc did. And then here's another one with the Truglo at 60 yards. That's with the, no, that's the Longbeard. This one's the Rooster. I forgot to mark them. The Roosters actually came in a whole lot better. So you got a world of difference there with, you know, the same shells, and then with another shell. Then we got out to 70 yards, and that's both with the Roosters. The Truloc I shot a little bit low. Truglo had a great pattern at 70 yards. I was shocked. I really was. This would still, even with the Rooster shooting a little bit low, when I aimed, I was aiming with the Truglo about maybe 6-8 inches above the target. With the Truloc, I was aiming just right at, basically aiming at that hole. So if I'd aimed 6 to 8 inches higher, I would have brought that pattern up and put it more on the bird. So that was me, not the choke or the shell. But still, 70 yards, you know, that dead bird, he ain't going nowhere. And then what got me even more, we both kind of laughed and said, well, let's go for 80. And I was like, yeah, you know, 80 yards that's a long poke out there. And so we just laughed and Said, what the heck, let's do it. We're shooting a video, we're shooting a gun. Let's get it. There it is, folks. 80 yards. This is with the Truglo gobble stopper, and this is with the Truloc Longbeard XR at 80 yards, number 4 shot. Both dead birds at 80 yards. The Truloc was actually the better one, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the kill zone, and then there's 1, 2. Well, that one really isn't a kill shot, but you got 2 more. You basically got 3 shot in the kill zone, but you've still got a decent amount of pattern around it. So, and like a lot of guys that I see on there, they'll have the pattern. They'll be talking about the pattern here and the pattern here on the target, and it's like, and call me crazy, but I could care less what's going on here and here. Right here is what I'm worried about. If I've got nothing in here and I've got a clump here and or a clump there, then I'm going to be adjusting either high and left or high and right, whatever I got to do to move those clumps to the kill zone. That's the only thing I worry about. I don't really worry, I mean, as far as the actual pattern itself goes, this Truloc for 80 yards with number 4 shot, that's a good pattern. I mean, as far as an overall pattern. But I'm not really concerned with these or these. It's all M1s right down the middle. That's for me. So now, I've got 2 chokes that I'm actually pretty good out to 80 yards with. I'd say if I'd aimed a little bit higher with that, or maybe a little bit more to the left with that Truglo at 80 yards, I'd have had more in the kill zone. But for me, I'm going to stick with the Truloc Longbeard XR 665, and I'm not going to use the Winchester Longbeard shells. I'm going to stick with the Rooster XR shells. I think that 1/4 ounce less shot and a little bit hotter load of powder, I think that combo going through this constriction made all the difference in the world as to what I could do. And that's with a $249 gun. A lot of guys laugh, oh, it's got to be a Remington 870, it's got to be a Super Eagle, it's got to be this, it's got to be the Ultimag bored to the 10 gauge. No, it doesn't. $249 gun and either a $25.99 choke or a $54.99 choke and a $25 box of shells. You can do the same thing as what they're doing with the expensive guns, and probably even better. Because I haven't seen too many of those guys with those high dollar guns doing videos showing turkey targets out to 80 yards. And like I said, you know, nobody's really done a review on the Stevens 320 Strut Stopper. It's a new model. Cabela's, Gander Mountain, Bass Pro, they aren't even carrying it yet. They shipped it out, shipped a limited number out to some of the mom and pop, you know, privately owned gun shops around, and I found that one at the one just south, about maybe 5 miles south of my house. I just went in one day and was looking. Had a 20 gauge Mossberg pump with the Truglo in the 565 with the number 5 Federal Premiums turkey loads. 50 to 55 yards, that's a dead bird. And for a 20 gauge, that's a pretty good shot. And I just, you know, I really wanted to try the Longbeard XR, and then I saw they had the Rooster XR, and they're made identically. It's the exact same shell. The only difference is once, you know, the Rooster's got a 1/4 ounce less of lead than what the Longbeard does, and it's a little bit hotter. And you can't say that, well, if that 1/4 ounce less pellets is what makes it seem. No. When you shoot it, you will feel a big difference. I've shot other shells that one would have